And we are live. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Ah! I know a lot of y'all still enjoy that and carrying on. Yes, my darlings, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming on in. Let's pull up a chair, get your favorite cocktail, whether it's tea, whether it's a Long Island iced tea, because it is rather late in the evening and carrying on. Get you some crumpets together, my darlings, because it is time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat, honey. And I'm going to have one of my co-hosts with me, honey. Miss Aunt Nikki is going to come in just a few moments. However, welcome to another episode of the Corona Chronicles right here. We're going to take this little format right now because until we get back to taping and carrying on, we're going to use this particular format. All right. I want to take a little time and get you guys to follow me on all of my platforms right now. I'm using Linktree, honey, because that right there, everything what you need to know about me is on Linktree. So hit this little slogan right here, Linktree/Big Meat. Go there. You can follow me on all of my platforms. Okay. I encourage you to do that. And we're going to have a real good time. Okay. Now, yeah, come on up in here. Hey, Nasir, I see you up in here. Hey, baby. I'm supposed to say, hi, sir. I love it. Okay. Um, what I want to do is that I want to take a little time and encourage all of you. You see, I got my Cash App down here. I'm going to be posting that because I've decided that the monies and stuff, if you guys are generous and want to go into that particular element where you want to donate or carry on, here at Dishing Tea with Big Meats, what I'm going to do is take these the coin that comes through, and we're going to donate it to organizations. If you saw me with Maddie earlier today, Ms. T.S. Madison, we were told about Unite Freedom. Is that the right word? Wait a minute. I wrote it down. It's Unite Freedom. Until Freedom. I'm sorry. It's Until Freedom. I'm going to be donating coin to them because they are an African American and people of color centered political organization that is here to get the work done so that we can come together to have a political platform so that we can sit down there and get out there to Congress and to all of those people and lobby and carry on for the needs of African Americans here in this country. We have got to fund our own people and our own causes and champion ourselves if we want change to happen. You understand? Now, y'all know y'all joined me yesterday and things of that nature, honey. We were talking about this whole thing with George Floyd and carrying on, and we touched on Miss Amy Cooper. Wait a minute, what just happened? I froze. Hold on, let me come out. Nikki, I'm gonna bring you in.
Hey, baby.
Okay, hold on because I want to see what's going on.
You
I
didn't look like you froze to me.
okay. Am I still moving? Because you can
Yeah,
still.
you're still moving. Your lips is moving. Your hand, you just did like this. You
Well,
just lipped your lips.
okay. Well, whatever just happened on my end, honey, it's frozen on my end. So here,
You're
wait a minute.
not frozen.
Yeah.
Ask whoever's in the room. See if somebody's in the room. Like you're not frozen to me, but I don't know if that's the same for everybody else.
Well, I'm frozen to me because I can't even see you. I hear you, but I when I try to bring you out the green room, I can't control the screen. So let me
Okay.
go ahead on and talk to the folks. I'm gonna come out and come back in, okay? So just
Okay.
talk
Well,
to.
hey. Okay. Hey, everybody. It's your girl. Meech was just talking about how we have our cash apps up now, and with COVID-19 and everything going on, we know that people sometimes you just want to help out. So we decided a little bit earlier, if you send us money on Cash App, if it's on your heart and you enjoy what we doing and you want to support us, that we're going to take money from whatever people send us and we're going to find worthy places to donate it to. And the one that Meech mentioned earlier, you just said it, and I heard it when you guys were talking about it on Maddie this morning. But yeah, that's one, and I guess we're gonna start doing some research, and people can start suggesting different organizations and stuff because we need to get behind our political leaders, especially the ones at the local level. Okay. Um, we get such in a big to do about the presidential election and stuff like that. But then when you mad when you can't get the potholes and stuff fixed around the corner from your house, or there's too much bad stuff going on in your neighborhood, you're wondering why you can't get it fixed. We have to start at the local level first. Okay. Um, Meech likes to big up everybody else, but he's basically a local politician too. So we would want to support his efforts in the things that he does as well. I know that's my co and my brother from another mother, but you know, I would love to see him representing us in some form or fashion. I'm sure he can do it. So, you know, you guys get on here and let him know he should be running for some more office. He already has a position, but he needs to run for a higher office. So I'm going to wait for him to come back on here to give my opinions about that little lady and her little bullshit ass um apology. So I'm gonna leave it at the BS apology. And then you guys who were following about the police officers who were fired and everything yesterday. Let me tell y'all something. Minnesota's mayor is not playing no games. Okay. I don't know if he's, doing it for the politician and fight the power type thing, but this little white man is not playing. I watched a press conference of him and he seemed visibly upset, and he is calling for charges to be brought against, well, he's calling for charges to be brought against at least the one officer who had his knee in the man's neck. I get so upset about talking about it that I sometimes I forget names, and I don't have my laptop in front of me right now, so when Mitch comes back in the room, we'll make sure make sure that he keeps me straight on names and stuff, because I have so many different things that all the injustices that are going on right now that I be forgetting people names and I don't want to. But let me tell y'all something. If y'all miss Maddie in the morning this morning, please make sure to go to YouTube and check it out. And I'm not telling you not to watch the whole show, but what I will say, because I love Maddie, so I watch all things Maddie. But around I think that the third hour mark, Meech comes on like right there, 2:59. So if you want to take it over there just so y'all can see him, he did his thing this morning. He made some great points and stuff, and I was happy to see him on Maddie's platform because we love her so much, and I can't wait until Dish and Tea with Big Meech is up there down to the courthouse with Maddie and get some people off her docket. I can't wait for that. So that's going to be a good time. You know, when you guys, I can't see if other people are in the room or not, but um here at Dish and Tea with Big Meech, y'all know we keeps it all the way real.
All
So,
right,
oh well, he's back in the room. He's
God,
back.
child, oh my God, honey,
How
whatever.
you done? You done kicked your own self out the room?
I had to take myself out, but the Google, the
Hmm.
Chrome had froze, and so I couldn't do anything. The damn thing, it was talking about it was unresponsive and carried on. I had to,
Ah.
yeah, I had to reboot the whole damn thing. Okay, so
Oh, okay. So you didn't even get to hear me.
no, I heard nothing.
I was telling the children to go back to Maddie in the morning so they could see you and stuff. I said he come on about the 3 hour mark.
Yeah, yeah,
Said like 2:59, 2:58. He right there.
yeah. It was, and it's really longer than what Maddie likes to do. However,
Yeah,
the real,
especially for in the morning. That was long for in the morning.
yeah, but
But
what she was talking about, and I came into it kind of late. Okay, I came in
Okay.
about the 2 o'clock hour. Okay, maybe
Okay.
2:15, and so because I was starting over with Flame because Flame was on and carried on. Uh,
Oh, okay.
and
Morning coffee.
well, yeah, I was on with Flame and I was doing something else, and then I came in with Maddie, and so
Okay.
I had an opportunity to come on with her, and
Okay.
and it was something that was said there that I want to piggyback on here, in
Okay.
the platform and carry it on. Let me say hello. Wait a minute, hold on. We're gonna say hello to everybody. Tommy McNeil, hello.
Hello, Tommy.
Hey,
Hello, Leonard.
Ian says Leonardo. That's my Detroit baby, honey. Dancing something. So,
Roderick.
Roderick,
Hmm.
okay,
Just that R in behind Roderick's name. Thank you. Thank you.
okay, right.
Thank you.
Wasn't frozen. Okay, yeah, but it froze on this end, folks. So, yeah. So, but we're going to get into a couple of things that she piggybacked, that she was talking about, far as the black community and stuff is concerned, because she wanted to talk about everything black, dealing with black
Okay.
businesses, what's going on in our world, what's going on with a lot of discrimination, and these
Hmm.
motherfuckers here are it's fireworks time. And I did
Right.
not do that a couple of days ago. And they're shooting off these big ass bazoom,
Let me tell you something. You know I'm only down the street, so I hear them too, and it's getting on my damn nerves.
and I thought somebody was, a car backfired or somebody was throwing up popping off bombs and shit. It was fucking with me. But
Yeah,
in any event,
I've been hearing it too.
um, that there, she was talking about, us as a black community and carrying on, and how we need to come together to galvanize, and
Hmm.
what we do to do a couple of things. And of course, we will talk about the George Floyd,
Yeah.
and also Amy Cooper. Now, incidentally, the gentleman's name, honey, who she was reporting, his name is Chris.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
no relation, and carrying on, but
Oh,
I
the lady that called on him got the same last name.
same last name. Okay,
Is
I
that why he being so lenient with her?
have no clue. At the same time, here's the question that I want to start off with, and let me put it on the banner so that folks will know what we're talking about here. I'm going
Okay.
to create a banner, and that is the art of forgiveness. And I
Oh,
want
so we are talking about Miss Amy first.
okay, yeah, we're going to go into her first. Okay,
Okay.
and the reason I want to go into her, um, is because I really want to know something, because I hear this all the time, and I hear that we were
Hmm.
talking about this with dealing with the George Floyd murder and carrying on, and I know
Okay.
this is a staple for us as African Americans and Black folks. As long as we put Jesus on something, honey, we all believe that we're supposed to always forgive. We're supposed to go into a place where um uh it's all about making sure that we go
Welcome,
to
baby.
a loving place or whatever. However,
Hmm.
the general
I was
consensus,
getting ready to say, well, I love the Lord, but I ain't no Christian. Okay.
okay, but a lot of the people are now feeling as though we as blacks are
Hmm.
times being too forgiving, and
We are.
it seems as though we're trying to kowtow to our white counterparts. The idea of it is that we giving white folks a pass. We always got to sit up there and sing and caroon and this, that, and the other. And it seems as though we're giving white folks a pass. And right now, a lot of people are very upset about that. I was on Facebook, and I came
Hmm.
across, oh damn it, I had the article up here, but
Well, Mitch, let me ask you. Let
uh,
me ask you. How do you feel about us always as a people? Because you know that ain't me. I listen.
okay.
I don't have that big of a forgiving heart. Okay. Um, Especially about people. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't have to forgive you because I don't even know you.
Okay.
You people out there that are doing this to us as a people, I don't have to forgive you. I don't know you. You
Hmm.
know who I forgive? People who I love and care about, who
Hmm.
we may make mistakes to each other. I
Hmm.
feel obligated to, as me loving you as my brother, as my sister, cousin, friend, uncle, whatever, child, I
Mm-hmm.
feel obligated to forgive you
Mm-hmm.
because I care about you. I
That's
care about your heart, and I'm praying that you care about mine. Somebody,
that's
I don't care about them.
that's an interesting word, obligated.
Hmm.
That's a very interesting word because oftentimes that's what I feel that we as black do because we don't put Jesus on it and don't put God on it. That now it
Hmm.
obligated us to feel as though in order for us to what would Jesus do a situation,
Yeah,
you know, that it
because
seems
that's coming back from them slave master times.
right.
Because it's not really about the Christianity of it. So I know people be thinking I be getting on Christians a lot and stuff like that,
I do.
y'all. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, I get on Christians, but when it comes down to the actual the real religion of it all, I get it. I will bump some gospel music in a heartbeat. But
Mhm.
we have this slave mentality where they're using the religion against us to make us feel like we always supposed to allow them to keep doing trifling shit to us.
You know what? Wait,
Well, I ain't doing it.
take this comment that Raymond just said. We forgive too damn
Hmm.
much. We are no longer warriors. He got warriors, but he meant warriors with an A.
Hmm.
It's like we have been neutered. I like
Right.
it out that.
I like that, Raymond.
I
I
like
like that.
that. It is like we have been neutered. And oftentimes, let's take that point because I think it feeds into what and no, I don't think I know. It feeds into what it is that I feel about it. Because oftentimes,
Hmm.
I think most people don't want to fight. They don't want the consequences of what fighting means. Okay,
Right.
because
Hmm.
fighting means if you pass a lick, you're gonna get a lick. Okay,
Right.
okay,
And
that's what.
you ain't willing to take it. A
And
lot of people are not.
a lot of folks are not willing to take it. They don't because when we playing with dirty pool, okay, when we
Hmm.
play dirty pool, oftentimes the fight may be you got to fight city hall, you're fighting
Hmm.
principalities and things of that nature for folks
Yeah.
to understand what it is that you're going through. And oftentimes it gets red tape. Oftentimes it means you may get kicked out of a house, kicked off a job, or whatever the case may be,
Right.
and your whole entire livelihood may be challenged. Okay.
Hmm.
A lot of folks ain't willing to take that. A lot of folks are not willing to go there. So in their
I believe that.
they would feel as though it's easier to just say, okay, I forgive you and move on. And a lot of times I believe people say, I forgive you as a pass. And what I mean
Mm.
by pass is, okay, I'm going to take my hands off of it because I'm not going to deal with it. Fuck it, I forgive you. Let's just move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I get that.
half the time, the whole the I forgive you little line is cliche. It has no merit to it. It has nothing. It has no value. And oftentimes, folks just get caught up because we think that that's the right thing to do. That's the easy thing to do. And oftentimes we think that if we just say that, that folks are gonna leave us alone. Okay, Mary, I like what you said. You said, I hope you don't give me a pass. I'm gonna tell y'all how Demetrius works. Okay, Big Meech works like this. At any given point, in order to free myself, because I don't like holding grudges, I realize that I can, and I know that in my fabulousness and all and carrying on when I could throw in a cute little one liner to sit down there and read you for some shit, or because I have not dealt with this. See, a lot of times, if I have not really dealt with something, is when I hold on to it because I feel as though it's something there that I got to get up off me. Okay. And I need you to understand this and I need you to know this. But there are also times where you may not get that, you may not have that comfortability or that comfort zone, or you may not have the ability to be able to get that off your chest. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we hold on to stuff too much. And the forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you. In order for you to purge and to cleanse so that you're not holding on to stuff that's going to weigh you down and interrupt and disrupt your way of living. See, so the forgiveness aspect of it, if it's done the right way, it is not to sit down here to give somebody a pass and to not deal with some shit. What it is to purge you of the burden of carrying it so that it doesn't worry you, it doesn't stifle your life, it doesn't disrupt the pattern of your life and of your livelihood. You understand? And oftentimes, I think too many times we give this too much fodder. We give it too much energy, and then it's half-hearted at the same time because it's too flippant. It's entirely too flippant, you know. And then again, we go back into the what would Jesus do thing because sometimes I think we done got too fucking churchified to where we don't even know how the hell to deal with one another. We don't know how to deal with anything outside of saying, what would Jesus do? Okay. I like that, Aaron. You said obeying earthly masters. Ah, okay. Obeying earthly masters, not the plantation. Okay. So the question becomes, and let me ask this. Let me ask this because I want to footnote this into this. Because often, because the child that was talking earlier today, he said something that I'm hearing a lot, and I need for Black folks to weigh in on this. Actually, I want my Caucasian listeners. I want you. Anytime you hear Black folks say this, what does it mean to you when you hear it? And that there is when you hear somebody say, "Oh, you not representing the Black community right because I'm sick of y'all forgiving folks all the goddamn time. You misrepresenting who we are." I heard this child sit down here and criticize Mr. Cooper. His name is Chris Cooper because he felt as though uh, her getting fired from her job and her getting all these death threats are really not called for. Okay, he like we going over and beyond and carrying on, and to a point he may be right because the woman don't need to sit down here and lose her damn life because you know y'all sitting up there y'all disagree with what she did. Yeah, what she did was fucked up. But why you want to kill the woman? Okay, why the hell you want to kill the woman and carrying on? You know
I'm gonna tell you why.
why?
Let me tell you something. Because when she picked up that goddamn phone
Uh huh.
and she said, "This black man is threatening my dog," and all that old bullshit, right? That was a death threat to him. Because those police could have came there and killed that damn man.
Okay,
So
now
no, I don't feel sorry for her ass.
hold on. I didn't say feel sorry for her. I didn't say feel sorry for her. I said, why is it that they putting death threats on her?
I think she should feel the same way that these people feel every day when they use stuff like that. Do I want somebody to
Uh huh.
kill? But you know what? It's not fair that they keep doing.
Okay, hold on. No, it's not. It ain't fair at all. If you think you want to watch this, that's not fair. No, she don't feel that because that there ain't no do it. That's not gonna do it. She's not a Black woman. She don't have to sit there and live with the idea of just because she walked out of her house, the color of her skin is going to get the police to automatically and for those of y'all who consider the y'all are police officers on here, I need y'all to move up y'all motherfucking mouth. Because yes, it does feel like that. Especially if you're a Black officer. I need to get with these Black cops out here. You got to take with this same shit because your white counterparts not only are killing Black people and or Black women, because we have some Black women that got shot. Breonna Taylor. Okay. Um, but how is it that we have Black police officers who now have to deal with the fact that you are in this false fight? You got these white male officers sitting up here doing all this shit, and you get still you can't really say nothing to hold your own because of you bound by law, you bound by shield, you bound by this, you bound by that. And then because you're not doing that's this every day. You gotta face your black every day. And then you got to have ask questions and things about something that you have no knowledge of or something that you Amy Cooper, yes, she should understand that what she did was heinous. What she did was uncalled for. I don't give a fuck about her getting fired from her job or whatever. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? Damn, what is going on with this thing? Eric, okay, let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, she said, Out Nikki said something's wrong with her earbuds. She got to charge them up. Okay. You cannot hear me. Are you fucking playing? Oh, girl.
I can hear you.
But the audience is saying they can't hear me. I'm asking them, can they hear? They said no.
Something keeps happening. Can you hear me?
I got you perfectly. Go on and talk. Let me come back out and come back in.
Okay, because I thought I wasn't working without my earbuds. You guys, we are so sorry. We are having technical difficulties, and y'all see this hand is having technical difficulties too. Um, if you guys can hear me, somebody say something real quick so I can see. I think I can see some of the I don't know, but my point being, now you can hear me, Mary. Okay, what I was saying was, sometimes no, I don't want anybody to die. I don't want anybody to die. But if she's nervous and getting death threats and stuff like that, I want them to feel the same way people are feeling when you are calling the police on people for no reason. So, do I feel like you need to be scared a little bit? Yup. Yup. I don't want nobody to die. Please understand. I don't want anybody, black or white, to die. But do I feel sorry for her for getting the death threats? Nope. Because what she did to him was a death threat. Because we know that those situations could have ended up way different. We know this. And so I felt like I'm in the old book. I felt like eye for eye, tooth for tooth. You gave him a death threat, and now you getting him. You dished it out, and now you can't take it.
Now, okay. Oh, now that's good. Okay. Now that's how we were raised. If you old enough to dish, if you pass a lick, you better be able to receive one.
Take one. Exactly.
Okay. Now here we go. Because see, for me, because we hear this all the damn time, and I think what has happened is that a lot of times, a lot of these death threats are very flippant. I need to come over there and stomp you in your motherfucking head, bitch. I need to kill your bitch.
Right.
We say that, and then culturally speaking, we say it all.
That's just how we speak, and I'm sure she's getting a lot of those.
But the sad thing is that our colloquialisms and what is part of our culture gets misinterpreted. Okay?
It does.
And a lot of times, because it gets misinterpreted, we end up having to deal with the literal interpretation of it when it comes against the law and carrying on.
Right.
Because you said you was going to kill her. Now the bitch end up dead.
Now the bitch dead. Now you must have had something to do with it. Exactly. I'll give you a simple case in point. When my son was in middle school, right? My kids didn't get in trouble in school. They know I didn't play that. So I'm like, my son getting suspended? Like, what for? I got him for a terroristic threat. Somebody was talking in the line. It actually wasn't my son, but my son wouldn't tell the teacher who did it. So when the teacher walked away, my son said, I hope somebody whoop your ass. So, but what the teacher thought she heard was, I'm gonna whoop your ass. So when I asked my son, tell me what happened, because I need to know what happened. He said, Mom, can I curse? I said, yeah. He said, I didn't tell her I was going to whoop her ass. I said, well, what did you say? Because I'm ready to whoop his ass. Right. He said, I hope somebody whoop her ass. He said, that's what I said. So that's a classic thing of people misinterpreting what we're saying. But this little black boy, no matter how light my son is, this little black boy saying some shit like that to a white teacher became a terroristic threat. And my son got suspended for the rest of it. It was close to the end of the year. So he was suspended for the rest of the year. And I think the first week of the next when the school year came back.
Oh, shit. Okay.
He had to go to the little twilight thing that they had at night, like not quite night school.
Okay.
In the midday. Yeah. And that was middle school. He was probably like 12.
No.
And they said it was a terroristic threat.
Okay, so here we go. Let's go here because see, it's still in this art of forgiveness. Because we hear our Caucasian counterparts, especially when we get to talking about slavery and carrying on,
Mm-hmm.
the conversation always comes into why y'all always got to talk about it. Okay, everything that y'all say always ends up, oh, y'all always go back 400 years to slavery. How
Don't
come?
nobody ever tell the Jewish people to stop talking about the Holocaust.
How about that? Okay, okay. So and all. Why is it that we have to be the ones to always forgive? In fact, that's one of the things why, like those who were the aggressive portions of the Black Panther Party,
Mm-hmm.
I'm phrasing that the aggressive portions of the Black Panther Party were
Right.
having issues with Martin Luther King because they were like, well, you two goddamn nonviolent. Okay.
Right.
You two damn nonviolent and carrying on. And we tired of getting our asses whooped.
Right.
Okay.
But two, the Black Panther Party, they were, especially the ones like with Huey and them, they were not being violent.
Exactly.
What they were doing was policing the police. Well within their rights to police the police. They had, go ahead.
No, which is why I'm sitting up there saying the aggressive portions of it, because I'm not talking about the ones that actually laid out the foundation of what they were about. Because
right.
what they were about is actually what we need now. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it here, and I don't give 2 cents less than a good damn about who disagrees with that. But we need something like that now. Okay.
People to police the police. I believe that. I also believe, I wanted to bring this up yesterday, Meech. When officers do something crazy, right?
Right.
Whether sometimes we know, like Minneapolis mayor said today, sometimes things are done in a split second. Right. And they make wrong decisions. I'm not going to say every cop that has killed a Black person did it because they just wanted to kill a Black person. I'm not saying that, because I do believe what that mayor said today. Sometimes they make split second decisions, and they wrong decisions. You know what I'm saying? But like what happened yesterday, wasn't no split second decision. You had your knee in his neck for 5 damn minutes. Wasn't no split. But what I feel like, we don't need the police to police the police.
Oh, say that. Okay.
It needs to be an outside entity. And by that, I mean something like, okay, you ever see a Black man go on trial, but then he takes a jury trial, and then they say, well, you get in the jury of your peers.
Right.
But don't hardly nobody on that jury look like him.
Right.
Okay, so I need for that same situation to happen in reverse. Okay.
I like that.
I need them to have a jury of their peers with nobody looking like them. Nobody in their same economic or social demographic. That's what I need that jury to look like, because every time somebody of color, because I'm not going to just say Black men, Black, brown, anybody of color, when they go on and they have a jury trial, their jury is not their peers.
Okay.
It's not their peers. So they need the same thing. You can't have the same people policing them, because that's why we keep having the same stuff. Thank you, Roger. Because that's why we keep getting the same stuff. We don't get convictions and stuff like that. Somebody get a pat on the wrist. I was glad that they were fired and not put on desk duty. That pisses people off, because why the fuck do you get to keep making money?
Hell yeah. Okay.
They families gonna suffer. Okay, well, what about the Black mother or the Black wife who had their family ain't gonna suffer because their husband or son ain't coming home?
Right. That pisses
me off. So I was happy with that. I'm not satisfied. I'm not gonna say I'm satisfied, but I was happy that was swift and they were fired.
Right. Right. And they are being charged for murder.
Right. Did the charges come now?
It was recommended. It was recommended.
Okay, yeah, the mayor absolutely recommended it. That's why I said I rock to it. See, because I don't want people to start thinking we hate white people.
No.
I don't hate white people.
Hold on, because here's the thing. Because for far too long, I think that has been our narrative, is that we do, because of slavery, because of non reparations, because
Right.
of the the Voters' Right Act and carrying on, because of the boycott and all this
Right.
other shit that we have been inoculated with, and even during the civil rights movement and carrying on, what we have been exposed to, what we have experienced as a people. We having these babies, so we coming up in the welfare system. We come up,
Yes.
welfare destroyed our families and carrying on. We come
Right.
up where the black man was taken from the family.
Right. We talked about that before. Here, black woman, I will give you education. I'll give you money. I'll give you a place to stay. But that man can't come.
Exactly. And so now, because of that, when we talk about we don't hate, I think that I think that that's that's a misrepresentation, because I think we do. I don't think that we hate the people. I think we hate the circumstances that those.
I hate the circumstance. I will tell you to your face, I hate a racist.
Right.
I hate a racist, and not just racist people. I don't like those on the fence people either.
Okay, how about that?
Well, I don't really feel like racism exists. You's a goddamn lie.
Say it.
Your white privilege just told you that.
Okay. Okay.
And now I will say I don't, yeah, now to sound like reverse, how they say, I'm not racist, I got black friends.
Right.
I have a lot of white friends, and I've lived in Europe twice. So
Okay.
just like when Malcolm X went to make his pilgrimage to Mecca, and he got to find out that there were white people all over the world and everything, and not everybody was as hateful as these motherfuckers that are here.
Right.
I have that experience too.
Okay, wait a minute. Roger says all the police would need to be charged with murder because the three other witnesses
Did nothing to stop it.
And you know
I
what?
believe that too.
I believe that wholeheartedly, because again, I'm going to say this. I'm very emphatic about this. The question came up on Maddie's show
Okay.
of if we were out there, everybody got mad because folks were sitting up there with their cameras and not doing anything.
Right.
What do you do? Okay, because here's the thing. There was really nothing that we could do because they were the ones in power. Okay?
And somebody would have likely got shot. Because if they would have escalated, if things would have escalated, some people would have got shot.
More deaths than it was, because they're the ones in power, and that would have been a threat. See, had anybody went over there and pushed the cop or did anything, that would have been a threat.
Right.
And they would have fired. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They would have
absolutely. And all four of those cops would have started firing.
Started shooting. Hello.
All four of them.
So now, in situations like that, the idea becomes, where do we go from here? Okay, and I had a point, but I lost it because I got to think about this other shit. But when we
it's a good start. I think Roderick just said that too. What happened was somebody just said it in the comments. What they did was a good start, and if we have more politicians who are like that mayor, who will stand up and say, "Y'all wrong for that."
That's why.
And I'm not going to back you. I'm not going to back you for that, because what you did was absolutely wrong.
But I'm glad that you said that, because here's the thing that needs to be said. I need for the good cops to stand.
We talked about that, yes.
Okay.
Just like that mayor did, the good cops need to do that, yes.
The mayor, see, this is what happens, and I think that what it is that we don't have a lot of folks at the top to sit down there and not be fucking politically correct.
Right.
Because the mayor of Minneapolis, he was not politically correct.
He wasn't. And he didn't care. And he let them know that he didn't care.
And that's what I'm talking about. He didn't give a damn. And so now, going back to the topic of this first, the art of forgiveness. Do we, or when do we stop forgiving for the sake of forgiving and absolutely evoke some kind of action to where shit gets started?
Yeah.
Okay? When do we do that? Because see, what happens in the art of forgiveness, those who we forgive think that we forgot about it, that we swept it under the rug, that we all gonna go sing Kumbaya some goddamn way. We gonna go sing a goddamn spiritual, Negro spiritual somewhere. We gonna get a damn somebody to come up there and say that's cool, baby. Yeah, and do some stuff.
Yes. But they don't know about these. They don't know about these singer songwriters over this way. Because I make a song about you, baby, and it ain't gonna be no cutesy Negro spiritual.
They waiting on the next great poet to sit down there to give you a prose or a sonnet that's going to sum it up, and everybody feel good. But yet, when we all said and done, everybody disperse to go home.
Right.
Like roaches, the lights come on and the roaches scatter. Okay.
Yeah, because that's what they want. Okay, go on, let them protest and holler. In a day or two, they ain't gonna be mad no more.
Right. Okay. And that there is what bothers me with all this shit, because I'm like, no, baby. Okay, no. Well, Roger, what you said, because when the people got close and said stop, he's not breathing, he poured out pepper spray. You know what? Oh, let me go here. And, oh my God, this is in my shoulders.
Get it.
Listen.
Let them use you.
You have the right to record the police officers. Okay. Now catch this, because Red and I read this about Chicago, because in Chicago it's a 50-50 thing, because you got the right, but if a police officer feels as though that you are obstruction, he could tell you to stop recording.
They can. In a lot of states they do that. Yeah, a lot of states they do that.
Don't, and they feel as though you are an obstruction, they could sit down there and it becomes this whole thing with the camera thing, right?
But they're coming at you.
Here's where it is, because see, you got to prove that. If I'm nowhere near this damn crime scene or whatever, no. And the thing is, I have to be at a safe distance in order to record. That's my right to record. Right. But what bothers me, if you look at that damn tape when the girl was saying he's not breathing, why the mother, instead of you getting on this motherfucker to get his knee up off that man, you sit up there trying to block her and the goddamn camera. Every time.
But not only that, just like when they said that about them, and then somebody pulled out pepper spray, did you hear the other person say, well, at least check his vitals? When he went lifeless, they said, can you check his pulse? Check his pulse, he's not breathing.
Yeah, and see, that's the part that gets, because now, see, anytime that I see police officers who want to stop you from filming, see, that lets me know that your bitch ass is motherfucking good.
Well, the mayor did talk about today. They asked him, has he reviewed the body cam footage yet? He said, no, not yet, but he will be. Okay. He's waiting for it. He's waiting for the body cam footage because, honey, I'm sure that's going to be the nail, not just in that one who had the knee in the neck, but everybody's coughing, because those other two that was over there was holding his legs down.
Wait a minute, but see, they got footage from when they first handcuffed him, and they showed he was cooperative. He was not combative. He did everything that they said. So where did this come into play at?
The reporters asked the mayor, was there any part that he saw, because they tried to say he was resisting arrest. Right. And remember, let me clear this up too. It wasn't a bad credit card or a check or anything. It was fake money. It was a fake 20. And the mayor said today out his mouth, there was nothing that he viewed that saw him resisting arrest. He said, and there's nothing about using a fake $20 bill that should have cost that man his life.
How about that one?
He said, we have done he said, it's been so many people who've done way less and they still could go to jail. Why does this man have to lose his life about a fake 20? And you saying that he resisted arrest, but there's nothing that proves that.
Thing. Okay.
Nothing.
Not a goddamn thing, honey. That's what bothers me. That's what's bothering me about this whole thing. Wait a minute, let me say something, because my sister is on here. And wait a minute, let me get on live with you. McKees, do you have a camera phone? If so, go check your messages, because I think I just was able to send you the link so you could come in. Okay, I just learned how to do that. I know last night, what's the name, was trying to come in on us, and I couldn't do it. I was like, okay, no, but I just found out how to do it. So go check your your inbox on your Facebook Messenger and click that link so you can come in and I can bring you in. Okay? But you got to have a camera phone. I mean, you got to be on camera so folks can see you. Okay? So you can be able to talk in here. Okay? And then if make sure that oh, wait a minute, honey. Somebody trying to call me on the messenger, honey.
Somebody trying to call you on Messenger.
On Messenger. Okay.
You supposed to put the phone on Do Not Disturb.
No, honey. That's on Messenger. Messenger don't do all that.
No, I'm talking about your actual phone. I think if you put your phone on Do Not Disturb, I think none of the notifications will come through, depending on your phone. Mine does that.
I put it on just silent, honey, so it won't ring. Okay.
Sorry, y'all. I was making a taco.
So here we go. Going back into this whole art of forgiveness thing, because we got a little sidetracked, but and that was good because it gave me time to calm down so I could be rational. But that upsets me because I always feel as though anytime the police start to cover up what it is that they're doing, it becomes a little that way. There's another video that went out maybe but three weeks ago, I think. Where the guy was standing outside of his car. He was already out and he put his hands up and behind the back or something. And the police officer came and drop kicked him. Drop kicked him. Okay. Girl, when I saw that,
that's worse than the boy that went live and said, "Y'all come and get me."
Came up and drop kicked the shit out that boy. Okay, now here's where because the his partners and stuff, because he drop kicked him. The other guy, because when now here's where it is because this is how I know this is a setup because. As you all know, anytime you get sucker punched or whatever, your body inertia is going to move. So when he drop kicked him, the guy flipped up and he turned around like, what the hell did you do that for? Right. So when he turned around, of course they're going to say he got into a fighting posture. Okay. And then they came in and tackled him to the ground, right? I mean, and really tackled him to the ground and got the other that way. Well, the other officer, because the girlfriend was in the car, she's filming. Okay, she's filming, and so she got out the car. She said up there, "What are y'all doing? He's not doing anything." The officer come over and says, "Well, no, he was resisting arrest and carrying on. This is police business, and it's something that he did not comply with us." She says, "What are you talking about?" And so she's filming. So now he is standing in front of her. Okay. And he's like, "Well, all you got to do is just step back." She said, "I'm back far enough." As every time she moved the camera, he moved, and he doing all this in the camera to keep her from recording. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. No. See, that's what lets me know that your bitch ass is up to something. Okay.
But see, there you go. There's right back to your other points where it starts with our local lawmakers.
And I need the good cops.
We need, that too. But there are things like that need to be passed. We need bills and stuff to go into place. So, people who are not involved in the situation should be able to safely record from a distance. Without being intimidated by police officers who are making me feel like now you about to do something to me.
Well, hold it, but see, that's got to be amended somewhere. And this is something that needs to go federally and statewide because there needs to be a federal mandator for this. Because somewhere along the lines, we have got to come into some kind of agreement with this because this has become bullshit on too many different levels. You understand? On too many different motherfucking levels. And I'm sick of it, actually. Okay? I'm so damn sick of it. It is absolutely ridiculous. Okay? Now, listen, let me bring my sister in here because I see she done came up and carrying on.
Hello.
Hey, darling.
Hey. I had came in and I was on yesterday and the young man had said something that really stuck out to me. He was like, we need to get this on the ballot. My thing is even if we get it on the ballot, who's going to vote when we already having a hard time getting people to vote right now?
Okay. That's a good point.
That's true. That's true. And they do everything they can to keep us from voting. Meet you and I were just talking about this the other day. I've been
Yeah.
here for 6 months and I've tried to change my address
Right.
so many times for my voter thing and it won't go through. But do you think that's going to stop me from taking my ass over there in Clayton County and go ahead and I'm going to still vote?
How about that?
If you don't let me change it, I'm going to go over there and vote
How about
because I've tried several times. And I'm like, I ain't getting no new voters registration card. Oh,
okay?
so you trying to make me think that when I get up and I'm ready to go vote, I can't vote because I'm not registered to vote. But something told me to check my old address, and I checked my old address, and I'm still registered to vote there. So guess what? That's where I'm going.
Right. Okay. So now here's the thing. Now, McKees, I like that you say, okay, how we gonna put something on the ballot and we can't get folks to vote, and et cetera, et cetera. Here's what I need to know from you, and that there is coming into this thing. How do we get folks to exercise? What do you think the message need to be to get folks to go out to vote when folks are still in this forgiving mode and they don't really want to use their own minds? They want somebody else to be to be in the forefront. They want somebody else to do their thinking for them. So in all essence, they're like, well, fuck it, I don't care who's gonna be up there because my vote don't count anyway. They're gonna pick who they want to pick, and they don't feel as though their voice can be heard. What do you think needs to happen in order to get the folk out?
Well, me personally, because I've never been a politician or anything like that until they put me into advocacy, okay? So now I am out here and I'm telling people, no, you better get out here and vote if you want something to change because it don't change if you keep sitting down. I have
Exactly.
a lot of people that's out there at them polls now. I don't care who you is. I don't care from 18 to 90. You gonna get out here and you need to vote and you need to tell these people what's on your mind. I didn't think I had a voice. And now I have one.
Okay.
Here's something that I wish that we could, and I'm sure there's a way to do it because just like we're on this StreamYard right now, there has to be a way where that we'll be able to vote electronically from our phones or computers or laptops. If you have a voter's registration card, you have a number that's only assigned to you, right? So if they set up an electronic system, because some people don't want to go out.
The Social Security number, we got one.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's only going to be able to be entered once, so you're not cheating.
Exactly. Right.
Once that number is registered, it can't go through again.
Right.
There has to be a way that they can do that. They should have been, the minute this shit got serious for us, that COVID got serious for us, that should have been something they should have been working on to begin with. Because what if can't nobody get out to vote in November because the shit get worse?
Right.
They trying to
I mean, we got to stick with this motherfucker for longer.
Okay.
They trying to keep us silent. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was their strategy in the first place. If anybody realized this happened right the day before the census is supposed to start. Then they sit up here and try to tell you this. And I hear people talk about, oh, they got an accurate count. How you got an accurate count? Yeah, you got an accurate count because we all at home.
And you know what's scaring 45? The mail-in ballots.
Yeah.
He's not a fan of that. He's not a fan of that. So people need to, if you don't feel like you're going to go out to the polls to vote, you need to be, I don't know, is the deadline passed to get the mail-in ballot?
No, did they extend it? I don't know. They sent me one today.
Listen, here's the thing. My whole thing is this. If you have not done an absentee ballot, because I went to go vote today, okay, primaries. Because,
you did?
Yeah. It just so happened.
You're gonna get me.
Because I told you I went to go take my COVID test today. Okay.
Yeah, listen, you ain't come get me.
I told you
I might be over here dying. You ain't even come get me.
I told you I was doing it. I told you got the call because you can't just go do it. You got to set up a
yeah, that's why you gotta make the appointment. Oh, you did the You did the appointment. You did the vote in the COVID test together.
And together because they're at the same place. The COVID.
Yeah, I've been seeing that. I think that's good.
I
I think that's a good thing.
But here's the thing, because they said if you got an affidavit, I mean, you had to sign an affidavit if they sent you a ballot. If you got the application for one, that was no good. That was okay. But if they sent you a ballot, you had to sign an affidavit so that it would cancel out the absentee ballot.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I didn't get the application or the damn ballot, so my ass gonna be at the polls.
Okay. Okay.
Me too, Edwin.
I'm tired of our people forgiving this country for their evil doing. I'm tired of turning the.
It only got 4 cheeks.
Listen, let me say this because
Edwin, I don't turn no cheek. Sorry.
No, the whole thing of turning the other cheek, I think has been adulterated and carried on because the whole idea is that folks think that you just supposed to just allow folks to abuse you, allow folks to misuse you, allow folks to go through the notions of thinking that they just gonna get over on you. And this is why we got a lot of takers. This is why we got a lot of folks who sit down there and think that kindness is weakness because they think that you just going to because this is what we have been taught with Christianity or the what would Jesus do syndrome. Okay. But I tell folks, they said, what would Jesus do? I said, flip over the motherfucking tables and kick your ass out the house.
Like he did, flip them tables. Let me tell you something. Okay, if Jesus turned the other cheek, but baby, Paul chopped the damn ear off, okay? Don't play with me.
Okay.
Do not play with me. I'm rocking out with Paul, okay?
Okay. Okay. Roger said,
your ear right off your face.
2 pandemics going on in America. We have COVID, lost 100,000 lives, and racism killed uncountable lives. Now you better
Amen. You better say that, Roderick.
You better say that. You better fucking say that. We got 2 pandemics going on. Okay, we have 2 pandemics. So now, and this is why I'm talking about this whole thing about forgiveness, because what do we as Black folks feel we get out of it when we forgive these folks? What is it that we feel that we getting out of it? Because here, the power to the people children are always saying that we looking to get our white card. Okay, we looking to sit down there to not make white folks upset with us. We sit up there forgiving them because we believe in a white Jesus, and a white Jesus done told us to let our white masters go, and this, that, and the other.
Wait,
So what's the benefit? Okay, what's the benefit out of it if every time we turn around, you say you forgive these folks and you praying, but yet we wind up in the same fucking situation? So what's the benefit of the forgiveness?
Oh, I know you ain't asking me because I don't forget no damn body.
Oh, wait, it was crickets. Okay, ain't nobody said nothing. Wait a minute, ain't nothing in the comments. It was quiet as fuck. Because
I know you couldn't have been asking me. You already know I don't forgive shit. I ain't forgiving or none of that.
Wait. It just got so quiet. The folks that turned off, they leaving the damn thing. They leaving the conversation.
So nobody wearing that shit. I'm not forgiving nobody.
I can't stand it.
If I don't love you, I ain't gotta forgive you shit.
So
I mean, I'm just saying that's what God had put on my heart.
So
forgive the people. Me and him have conversations every day, all day, every day. So I gotta forgive the people that I love because I love them. I'm not forgiving no damn body who don't give a flying fuck about me. Why should I care about you? You don't care about me. You never have. The United States of America is the laughing stock of the world.
Ooh, right.
Mitch, you know that I watch news and stuff from, I'm here, no forgiveness here. Exactly. Thank you, Roger. I watch news and shows from all over the world. Mm-hmm. And I hate when I'm watching my African stuff and I hear them reference and say, like how the police kill the Black people in America.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching something the other day and they were saying that they was referencing something else, but that was what they equated it to.
Right.
And I'm like, I watch my shows from the UK. I love them. They funny as hell to me. and I watch BBC World News,
Mm-hmm.
Al Jazeera, and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We are a laughing stock, okay? Because even other places around the world where they have been colonized as well, especially when it comes to Africa, the whole African continent had been colonized.
Not the
We know that.
colonizers. The colonizers.
Colonizers. Listen, this is Wakanda forever over here, honey. But they I get upset about them because it's mostly always them fighting each other for the power. Because of the way that the colonizers came in there and messed up all their shit. And now they have the mindset of those same colonizers. So now they doing their own people wrong. So that pisses me off.
Okay, now.
But around the world, we are a laughing stock. Okay. 45, nobody respects him.
Okay.
I remember the time when he was about to go back to Germany for something. And the prime minister said, it was like a funny meme. So I don't think she actually said it. I think they made her a meme. And they said, well, let's let them fly all the way in and then don't let them come past customs. Like, don't let them in the country.
Right.
This is the kind of stuff people think about his orange ass. Nobody respects him.
Listen, let's go here because what is it fair to assume that people are being anti-black? Or is it fair to assume that we tell folks who offer, like the brother of the guy who was killed in the house by the police officer, the white woman who went in and shot the guy in his house, talking about she was at her own house. Okay,
don't get me started. I'm sorry.
He sat down there and he gave her a hug. Because he felt that was what he needed to do in order to forgive her and this, that, and the other. You know, the power to the people they called him all kinds of fools. They called him all kinds of coons and carrying on, and how he misrepresented black folks and this, that, and the other. I just heard somebody do the same thing about Mr. Cooper today because he said what he said about Miss Thing. And he said, now, I don't believe, if she's racist or whatever, I don't know because I'm not her, but what she did was a racist act. He said it was a racist act, but whether or not she is racist, that's for her to decide or whatever because she knows what that truly is because I'm not in her head. I can't tell you all that. But the action that she did was racist. So I'm like, okay, wait a minute, honey. You can't sit down here and give me, see, for me, that's double talking. Because
I would say, is that some Harvard bullshit that he learned?
Double talking because it's like, okay, wait a minute, we're not gonna call it racist-ish. Okay, yeah. You're not gonna say she, no, she bigoted-ish. Okay, no.
The minute that heifer grabbed that phone and knew to say it was a black man, an African-American man, blah, 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 you use that as a weapon.
Wait, honey, wait. No. The minute that she told him that's what she was going to do.
You're right, because that's exactly what she did. She said, I'm going to call the cops and
tell them that you are harassing me and you're threatening me or attacking me.
So they premeditated? To me, that's not premeditated. That's premeditated to me.
And she used it as a weapon because her actions could have got that man killed.
How about that? And
I'm gonna tell you this: I can't tell somebody else how to feel,
right?
As a black person,
right?
I know how I feel. No, I'm not forgiven for that kind of stuff. I'm not going to be. I can't tell him how to feel, but I can say this: I wish he would have just kept his goddamn thoughts to himself.
Okay.
You could have just kept that bullshit to yourself because you're not helping. You're not helping at all because that made me feel like what Roland and them was talking about today leaned more to the side of when the news people wanted to let you know that he's Harvard educated. It doesn't matter if he's Harvard educated. Right. It don't matter if he didn't pass the third fucking grade. She had no right.
And I'm going to tell you why, because every time I hear shit like that, it goes into the same category of how they're trying to say that Ahmaud Arbery, because he had a hot temper or because he had a dealing with the police officer at the thing, they go pulling up his record when they sit up there talking about Trayvon Martin. Oh, where he got caught smoking a joint or something in school or whatever. Whatever. Bitch, that ain't got shit to do with this. That ain't got shit to do with this. But now
always an excuse on
we have
what they did.
Intelligent, articulate black man talking who didn't fly off the handle, who didn't give you the crazy black man, angry black man narrative that you think he's going to give. Now all of a sudden, oh, well, he's Harvard educated. They tried to pull that shit with Obama, President Obama. Okay.
Right.
And with former First Lady Michelle. And what well, they're from Harvard. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? They weren't supposed to get there. But then you had to sit down there and say, oh, well, they got in because they got programs and scholarships. That's how they got there. But bitch, did you see how they left there? They left there as scholars. They left there
and you can't do nothing with them. You can't fuck with them.
What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing.
What does that have to do
because you think about it, most of our black men or children or whatever that has been victims of this police violence, or black women too, because we don't want to forget the women who have died in these things too.
Right.
Not most of them were not resisting arrest. Most of them were not running, not being disrespectful, not doing anything. You got people hands up, don't shoot.
Right.
My hands are up. Why are you shooting me?
Right.
What did that child that was playing with the toy gun in the park do?
Okay. So with this being said and all of this stuff going on, why aren't they having psychiatric evaluations every 6 months? I know their jobs get stressful and stuff like that, but they need to be evaluated just like somebody else do while you working these jobs.
Didn't I say that? I said we need psych evals. We say this all the time. Like every time these subjects come up for us, I said, listen, I worked in mental health for over 20 years. So to me, it was disrespectful for 45 to even be in the office.
Right. Because
where's his psych eval?
Okay.
Because there's no way on this God's green earth that he passed one. And like what I say, the psych evals need to come from somewhere that's neutral, especially when it's high up offices. Police officers, theirs can come from who do they report to? Like when they get in trouble, IEB or
federal, the Bureau of Investigations, whatever.
Do they report to FBI?
I think so.
It's an internal thing that they have for the police that police them, but they have their own psychs and stuff.
Yeah,
they do. They only be utilizing them like after a shooting or something. Right. But I agree with you, Marquise. I agree with you. They need to have them done like every 3 months. It needs to be a part of your job. It needs to be a part of your job. And these officials that we elect into office also need them. And those high up officials, like I said, we need somebody with no fucking pony in the race. Let Switzerland have the psychiatrist or psychologist to give those damn things. Because they don't give a flying fuck about what we doing over here.
How about that? How about that one? Okay. Now here, let me go here because again, I have to ask this question, and those of you who are LGBT in the room, let's go here because I want to. It's still up under the art of forgiveness because we have a case that is out of Florida. It's in Lee County, Florida, and we have a case here where a young black man was killed. He was 21, I believe, was killed by his 22-year-old white lover. And the lover is being called a violent thug because he got all these tattoos and shit in his face. Let me see if I still got the picture up here. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Can y'all see that?
Like a damn clown.
All right.
Look like a whole fucking clown.
That's the dude.
Sideshow Bob.
Oh.
Just saying. These kids get on my nerves with that bullshit.
This guy's name, his name is Benjamin Austin Page. He's 22. And he killed Terrence Brown. Okay. Now, this story came to me because Tariq Nasheed had put this up on Twitter, and someone tagged me in it because they wanted to get my opinion about it. Okay.
Well, you
And
know you gotta give it the side eye anytime to repost any. I'm
but you
just
know
saying.
what? And here's the thing, because he asked the question about, where is the LGBT community? Because is this what you mean by having allies? Okay.
Hmm.
And the question becomes again, here we go with um understanding this whole thing. Okay. Are we going to forgive this white boy, black community, because of our position with the LGBT community? Because the black children can't stand the LGBT community right now. Okay. Because black folks feel as though that when Obama was in office, that the LGBTQ community is doing got a lot, and the black folks didn't get nothing. They also feel as though that, and this is from what I'm hearing from the Power to the People children, that the threat of gay men, especially effeminate gay men, is a threat to black men, because the black man or heterosexual strong black men, the image of black men are being tarnished because the mainstream white supremacist society only accepts and only wants to deal with effeminate men, particularly effeminate black gay men, because they don't see us as a threat. So the question becomes, are we going to forgive this man because it's a what would Jesus thing do, and because this is a gay thing? Or are we going to scream he need to have his ass in jail like everybody else because he murdered this black boy?
He murdered. That was his boyfriend, right? That was his lover, right?
Yeah, they said that,
I
well,
don't give a shit if he white, black, gay, whatever. He killed that man. Take your ass to jail.
He needs to be in jail.
okay.
And let me tell you this. Little sideshow Bob, homie the clown over there,
Ooh.
he's really not going to get the same passes as his other white counterparts just because the way the fuck he looked. To them, that looks like you below the poverty level.
Well, here's the thing, honey.
And
He was in
they
prison.
don't care about nothing but green.
I'm gonna read you the article. Y'all tell me, okay? I was
Okay.
trying to put it on here because this is now catch it. Isn't it rather odd that the UK channel, a lot of this shit is coming from the UK news.
Oh, from BBC?
No,
That's my
dailynews.com UK.
okay. You know, that's my kind of stuff. That's where I stay. I be so disgraced with go on here. I don't even look at our news.
This is dailymail.co UK. Okay, so
Mhm.
and the thing, a violent thug in quotes with a face tattoo of an angel holding a machine gun is arrested after killing his lover when he refused to delete explicit pictures. Ha ha!
Wait, so you killed your boyfriend because he didn't want to throw away the nasty pictures?
He didn't want to delete the pictures from the Facebook or whatever it is. Okay.
Okay.
A violent thug with a machine gun tattooed on his forehead has been arrested on suspicion of murder after allegedly shooting dead his male lover in a row. His male lover in a row over sex photos. Deputies responded to a 911 call on the 3000 block of 25th Street Southwest in Lehigh Acres, Florida, discovered the victim's body lying in his front yard with multiple gunshot wounds. Officers have since arrested Benjamin Austin Page, 22, on suspicion of second-degree murder. The victim has been named by family members as Terrence Brown, local media Week News said, and that's WINK.
So I got a question. Why is this suspicion? That I'm trying to figure out this whole suspicion of murder thing.
I think that's just politically correct. They can't accuse them without being sued.
Okay.
It's on suspicion of allegedly and all that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you came and picked Ray up from down the street, you said we charging you with first degree murder.
Right. Okay.
And we'll sort the shit out later.
During a press conference, a press briefing on Wednesday, Lee County Sheriff Carmine Marcino described Page as a violent thug and ex-convict. Page has been allegedly communicating with Brown through social media for around a week, and the pair were sexually involved, Marcino says. It claimed Page became angry over the victim's refusal to delete sexually explicit images between the two. The gunshots were allegedly fired when Brown went to leave his home to meet an acquaintance. Page's mugshot shows a heavily tattooed face and neck, including an angel pointing a machine gun toward his left eye with the word bang exploding out of it. He also has 2 forearm tattoos on his right cheek and black teardrops under each eye, widely recognized as symbolic of a spell behind bars. Victim, Terrence Brown.
Back in the day, the teardrops meant you killed somebody.
Victim Terrence Brown's Facebook page says he was single and studied at Tallahassee Community College, TCC. He was a part-time cosmetology student and self-taught freelance makeup artist, according to his YouTube channel, where he uploaded flamboyant tutorials. Brown had posted a heartfelt tribute to his grandfather and said, "I'm always going to be blessed and succeed in whatever I do," just days before his murder. Page is no stranger to the law enforcement, Mercano said. His arrest comes just 4 months after he was released from a nearly 4-year prison stint in January on weapons charges. He has a string of other arrests in Charlotte County that dates back to 2011, including charges of theft, drugs, weapons, and burglary, Fort Myers News Press reported. The 22-year-old also faced drug and loitering charges in April, though those were later dropped, your son said. Page will now be transferred to Lee County to face charges of second-degree murder and possessions of a firearm by a convicted felon.
Oh, so he is going to face second-degree murder charges.
Yes.
What makes it second degree?
Well, here it is. Second-degree murder differs only from first-degree murder in that it is not deemed to be premeditated or planned in advance.
That's a lie.
And carries.
You were mad about the pictures. You've been mad because he wouldn't take the pictures down.
But first of all, how did he take them? You had to agree to it. So why you wanted to take it down? If you didn't want that be exposed, you shouldn't have done it. Hello, thank you.
And it sounds like to me you went with the intentions. You don't take them down, then I'm gonna kill you. Sound like premeditation
to me?
Okay.
I mean, unless you somewhere along the line can prove that y'all got into a heated argument and then it happened at the, in the heat of it all. But to me, it felt like you wanted, right? It's murder. Is it right? You absolutely right, Roger. I don't give a shit. To me, it don't have nothing to do with them being gay. Y'all just happen to be gay. But motherfucker, you killed them. Because it would have been no different if a girl went to her boyfriend, you done did some freaky shit, now you regretted it, he done posted your ass all on the thing, and now you done killed this motherfucker because you embarrassed. It's the same shit.
Right, exactly.
You need to take your monkey ass to jail. He needs to go to jail somewhere with all them stupid ass tattoos. He made me mad when you showed me the tattoos earlier, Meech. Like, damn dumb bastard.
But the reason why I'm staying on this is because, again, going back to representing black folk, because I keep going back there because I'm not hearing it. Where is it that we say that forgiving is anti-black, or we're not representing the black community? That ain't what black folks do. We need to stop doing this, and we need to stop forgiving because that's making us look soft. That's making us look like what makes us look like that versus making that particular person look like that? Because we could be mad that they forgave all day because that's a personal choice. Are we mad at a personal choice, or are we mad because we think that they should be more outraged than what they are? Let's go back.
Remember I said earlier, I can't tell somebody how to feel.
Right.
But my personal opinion of you forgiving all that bull is some weak ass shit. That man that went and hugged that fucking lady, fuck you, bitch. You knew that wasn't your goddamn house. When your fucking keys and shit didn't, you knew it wasn't your house. Fuck you. No. And I'm not mad at them for being forgiven, but You can't ask me to be forgiven because I'm not.
Okay.
Your feelings is your
First of
feelings. I
all,
can't control your
first of
feelings.
all, if I'm gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it publicly. First and
Right.
foremost, them people doing it publicly, that's what makes them look weak. First and foremost, forgiveness comes from the heart. It don't come from words that you
Right.
say and do on the screen.
And you ain't got to tell
Because
them that you forgave them because that's between
thank
you and
you.
God.
Hello.
Ooh, wait a minute, sister. I think you just hit something.
Mhm.
I think you just hit something that might just make some sense of this thing. She said, but I wouldn't do it publicly because that's what's making them look weak. So
Mm-hmm.
is it weak because we is the law of public court, the eyes of the public court that makes them weak? Or is it the fact that because everybody could put their mouth on it and talk about it and scrutinize it, is that what it does? Because I don't have to know.
It's like letting them see your hand. You ain't got to let them see your hand. That's between you and God if you forgave them.
Right.
Thank
If it's
you.
on your heart as whatever religion you are and you feel like I got to forgive them because I'm going to tell you, I used to hold grudges like a motherfucker on the people that I actually cared about
Mhm.
until the first Tyler Perry play when Medea said, you don't forgive them for them, you
I
forgive
forgive
them
them
for
for
you,
you.
Right.
right? So I was able to understand that and be able to forgive people. Do I have to tell those people I forgave them? No. I
No.
forgave myself for being mad at what they did. And you go on about your own motherfucking business because whatever's going to happen to you is going to happen. Your karma is your karma. I had to let it up off my chest, but I don't have to call you and be like, well, I forgive you for, because first of all, if I care about you and I forgive you, then you already know.
Right.
But if it's some real messed up shit, like I done been through some messed up stuff, growing up as a child. Do I feel like I need to tell my abuser that I forgave them? No. For what?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you. Die in misery. I don't give a fuck. What
Mm-hmm.
I did took what you did to me to be empowering to me to help other people when I was able to let it up off my heart, because while I'm walking with, and I don't care if Medea is just a character, but when Medea said you walking around mad and they living their life,
How about
you
that?
gotta let that shit go. So you can let it go without having to be all in the public like I forgive him.
Thank you.
Oh, Massa, I forgive you, Massa. Get the fuck out of here. No.
I wouldn't have said it in the way she said it in, but there you go. I just,
Sorry.
I
Look,
feel
this
how I
mouth is
feel.
horrible, honey.
And then y'all come up here and y'all got to make this make sense to me.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
You
I
got to
feel
make it make sense.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, Marquis, the way you said that, the thing about it, you don't have to it don't have to be publicly. That's what make you look weak. I feel that. I feel that 100%. Because who you doing it for?
Mm. Mm. Right.
Because
Oh,
you could have just
okay.
said that in
There
your heart.
goes that right there. Okay. Because that's what I want to know.
Okay. It's
When I
Who
sleep at night, don't nobody know about that. Whatever I do in my bedroom, don't nobody know about that. That's my
exactly.
personal business. So
When you
let that
having
be
your
your
prayers,
business.
when
But
you
if you
pray,
out here and you want some clout and you want somebody to feel your pity, pat, 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 woo, 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 then you do that for them. That's what you want. That's not what we want.
when I'm praying, when I'm communing with the Most High, I don't pick up the phone or get on live and say, y'all, let me tell you what I just told God and what I just asked God for and what I just thank God for. I don't need to tell you that because that's me and his personal business.
right.
All
Now, if I want to tell you, child, I prayed for this and God done he hooked me up because I'm proud of it.
Right.
But that's still like I don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because that's me and my personal thing. Forgiveness is not about what the whole world gets to see, because if you ain't really did it in your heart, what does it even matter to say it?
there
Exactly.
you go. There you go.
That
There
part
you go.
there.
And y'all know I don't forget them niggas. I'm calling them niggas. Not the I ain't even talking about the black people. I'm talking about the white people. I don't forgive them niggas.
Okay.
Because I'm sick of y'all and y'all bullshit. Okay. And Meech, I think you touched on something like this before too. We think about who's going to do the actual front line fighting for the rights and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say it's because we don't have enough Nat Turners.
Mm.
Because and we know that when things like this arise, there's some real fighting that has to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And we all have to look inside and say, oh shit, am I ready to leave this earth? Because I know if I go out here and I do all this, it might be my last day. Who's built for it? I
Right.
can't honestly say that I know if I'm it might depend on the day. Tomorrow I might wake up and be like, I don't feel like that bullshit. But the next day some other shit might piss me off and I'm like, okay, let's go. Either I'm gonna come back or I'm not.
Right. How about that?
It's not enough of us willing to be that Nat Turner to revolt and give up our lives for what we believe in.
And
Okay.
I just said that to my friend. I just said that. I said it depends on what you're willing to give your life over for. And I
Yeah,
just feel like, as a pillar in the community, I just don't think I would have been able to sit there and not do something.
right.
Listen, see here's where this is, and I put up until freedom, and their
Oh, you did put it up until freedom? Okay.
until freedom and their cash app until freedom, dollar sign until freedom, and I did that because again, if we're going to look at these kinds of things, and if we want to have the new Nat Turners and all that kind of stuff, we have to fund them. The
Hmm.
reason why we can't get the laws and stuff changed or whatever because our fighting power is weak. Our
Right.
point base is weak. We so busy
Because we put too much emphasis on the wrong things. You talked about it on Maddie this morning. They
right,
so worried about you'll stand in line for 4 hours to get a new pair of Jordans. First
right,
of all, Jordan ain't doing shit but making money off them privatized jails that he owns. That your little black ass gonna wind up in, but you waiting in line to spend $200 or $300 on a new pair of his sneakers.
how about
When you could go, I'm not saying you gotta go get no Bobos, but you can go to the Foot Locker or something and get your nice pair of Nikes or Air Maxes and still have $100 and something dollars left and be able to put 50 over here or something. We have to support what we believe in
right,
because we can't keep waiting. And you said earlier today, you might not have 50s and hundreds of dollars, right? Especially right now in the COVID, we ain't got no money.
He gonna need to put it up.
But I know that what was it? The week before last, we ordered out 4 times.
uh-huh, mm-hmm,
It's only me and Cole. And you know you gotta order a minimum amount of stuff to be able to get your stuff.
uh-huh.
I ordered damn pizza and stuff, shit coming up to be like $30 damn when I could have just went in there and cooked.
Right, 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 right,
So you gotta think about if you give up something, it don't even have to be a whole bunch. If I gave $5, you gave $5, you gave $5, and everybody gave five, that's a whole lot of $5.
let me say, I'm gonna say it like this. Now, goddamn it, you knew Ray and Pookie was out there. They no good asses was selling them goddamn drugs and shit, and didn't have sense enough to make no money to put no money aside there for their own goddamn funeral. But you want to sit down there and do a goddamn GoFundMe page,
Right.
okay?
Go fund
And
this. How about that?
do that. Well, if you could put up a GoFundMe page for that shit, you could put up. We could sit down here and understand the importance. And I think that we need see this is part of that political education that we have to have because a lot of folks don't understand the importance of donating to to the cause. And here's another.
Right.
I'm gonna put this out there because we're talking about forgiveness, but I talked around the church, but I never directed this to the church because oftentimes. You know, we keep saying, what would Jesus do? But what the church gonna do? What the fuck is the church gonna do? Because y'all are the leaders and telling folks to forgive and carry on. But hell, don't lead by example because shit, when it's coming down to the chicken dinners and carrying on, y'all ain't quick to give no homeless man a free plate when you on the fundraiser. Everybody
And
look,
wait a minute. Let's talk about it. If
let's
you ain't a member of that church, you can't get no help.
well, listen. Don't okay. You know that's personal for me. Don't girl. You know that's a strong. Oh, okay. That's a strong
How
one.
much has Creflo Crook donated since COVID since he ain't been flying around in a jet, well, maybe he have. But if he haven't been and he been staying his ass in the house like he's supposed to be, how much have you saved just on fuel, flying here and there and everything? What have you put your money behind? Nothing, because the people ain't been in that damn world changes, so you ain't got all that money coming in and you ain't going in your savings, are you?
Let me ask this, because see, this goes to everything, because see, the Black church has been built on the epicenter, or for being the epicenter for everything of the Black community. This is why we had everything at the church. This is why the church house became the meeting center. The church house was the community center. It was the baptismal pool. It was the school. It was everything that we need, which is why to sit down there and say to separate church and state is the stupidest thing, because we don't live by it. Because for Black folks, the church was the political thing. Whenever we had candidates and stuff that needed to talk about our issues, Martin Luther King was a minister. A lot of the shit that happened came from folks who were preaching the word.
And then that's another thing too. We as Black people, a lot of times, if you're not coming from the church, you know what I'm saying? If you're not coming from the church, you don't want to back them.
How about that? Because
and I always say I come on the other side when we come on this platform, because I wasn't the Black child that grew up in church.
That's real good.
I was the Black child who grew up in the Nation of Islam. And so I never had that, like I like to tell people, that I'm sorry, massa type. I ain't never had that.
And y'all keep talking about buildings and people, because God said you are the church. So
that's why I do love. I listened to that pastor the other day.
What?
My keys. It was a pastor the other day. They was talking when dumbass 45 said he was going, when he said the churches is open, they essential places, right? And the pastor said, y'all ain't got to call me, email me, text me, DM me. Y'all ain't got to do none of that, because these doors ain't opening. He said, I'm going to tell you right now, the church is not the building. We talked about that before. I can still give y'all the word through the way that we've been doing it since this stuff started.
Yeah.
He said, we're going to be safe over here.
Right.
He said, I don't care what he talk about. What he say, Meech? We open when the NBA and the NFL open. Right. We open when the White House start opening for damn tours again. Right. We open when the governor's mansion is open for tours again. But until then, y'all ain't got to ask me, because I'm telling you right now, these doors ain't going to be open. Wow. I like people like that, because for me, they let me know this ain't about filling the seats.
Right.
Because your parishioners and stuff, if you putting up a service on live, and even if it ain't live, you put it up for them, and they're going to go watch it. If that's important to you, that's fine. But them ones, like the ones that was down here breaking the Mitch, what county was that? They kept opening the church.
Oh, New Birth.
They kept getting fined. And the people was going. And I'm like, y'all got some kind of cult going on? Because what is wrong with y'all?
Listen, are we going to forgive them?
That's God's job.
Exactly.
But
I ain't taking it. Listen, he told me mind my business.
Okay.
That was what I had heard.
So now,
he told me he had that.
So now I'm going to go back here, because we have the census coming up. We got all this.
I did my census already.
But the question is, how come the Black church is not at the epicenter of these causes? They should be the nucleus, particularly to say that we in our community, Black men are not counted. They're still the most undercounted and underrepresented every time we have a census. So we're looking to find out, how can we do this? Okay. Now we're talking about, we got all this crime and stuff going on. We have Black men being targeted by the police. Where is the church and the leaders that say, listen, they're the ones who usually galvanize to get the fundraisers and shit going. But folks say, listen, we need to put it to this pot to get this political thing, because we need to make something happen.
If you ain't going to join their church, they not going to care. And I'm trying to figure out why I got to join your church for you to care about me, because I can care about you without you believing the same thing that I believe.
No, but no, because see, here's where it is. See, I know for folks like me, because I'm not in your church singing and hooping and hollering and singing in my falsetto soprano, okay, and making the kids backflip so they can put money in the thing, and I come up in there with my cutesy little colors and my handkerchief and things of that nature, honey. And my hat is just as fly as the first lady's hat, but yet you don't call me a queen. You don't call me a queen until it's time to do the God created Adam and Eve and not Adam and Steve.
Not Adam and Steve.
Okay, so we get those.
You want me in there for the theatrics,
but
you don't want to really recognize me.
You want me in there for my talent, so you can pimp me of my talents.
Right.
But you
so I can come and direct your choir or make your choir sound better.
Right. Or if I could sit down there and be the usher on point, honey, I can get these kids up in here. Okay. I know how to catch the girls when they faint and carrying on, honey. Okay, and things of that nature. Anytime I could come and use my Murphy's oil soap on these damn pews. Okay. I could spit down this goddamn church to get it together, honey. So as long as I'm doing that, I'm good, because we ain't got to talk about how gay I am.
Right.
Until you got to do your church thing and then give me the Adam and Eve versus and not Adam and Steve. But yet at the same time you giving me this, you fucking everything, or your deacon fucking everything, or your son is fucking everything that move, and all three of y'all got babies that's gonna be born out of wedlock.
What you say, Pastor Jamal? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. And I ooh, okay. What's Jasmine? How Jasmine Master say? And I ooh.
Somebody else pregnant that's not his wife that he's supposed to be reconciled with again. Sorry.
Okay.
Somebody in the church. You said what?
And so
Meech, how gay you think you was? How gay you think you was after we decided that that job that they asked me to do, we couldn't do with that little tiny budget that they asked us to do with?
Child.
How big of a queen you thought you? How big of a queen you was? How many fat bees you think I was?
Look, I ain't even gonna go there. I don't even want to go there, because see, here's the whole thing. Y'all knew y'all was wrong from the beginning. That was Creflo's church. That was Creflo Dollar's church. The man that sit up there and told his children to sit there and buy him a $70 million motherfucking plane. And you want to sit down there and tell me you want to have this a Halloween party that and then you didn't want to call it that because you're not gonna have it exactly on Halloween. But
right. It was, what was it? Villains, heroes and villains.
Villains, okay. But
why you letting villains in the church, Creflo Crook?
Hush. But you want to sit down there and want to hire somebody and want me to come in and do it on the faith of the church, because you're gonna give me a budget of $500. But
wait a minute. When they asked me, I said, yes, I have a team. We will come in here and we will. Let me tell y'all something, people. We asked these people, and y'all know how big Creflo's. Y'all know how big that church is. We asked them how much of a budget they had. This lady put up her hand like this. Y'all see all 5 of my fingers. She said 5. So me and Mitch got excited because we thought, okay, 5,000 is there. It's not a whole lot, but we can really do something for 5,000, and we might not get a lot of money out of us being paid because we got a whole team, but that's cute. This heifer was talking about $500.
And if y'all have heard what she wanted
stuff on the catwalk, people flipping down the things, and us to do a red carpet and all.
$500.
Wanted a
Child, my daughter walked out the auditorium.
She wanted a $50,000 job for $500.
And I said, and when I said, well, wait a minute, is that including the stuff that we need to buy the materials and stuff? And she said, yeah. And I said, and for me to pay my.
We can't do that.
When they pay more for a pair of Jordans, you better get out of here.
First of all, $500 is not even one of y'all collection plates. Not even one. Right. And y'all pass it around a good 5, 6, 7, 8 times. That ain't even one. Y'all, they had knew months prior that they wanted to do this. Y'all could have fundraised for them children and raised some money and say, hey, we want to give because it was like the teenagers and stuff. We want to give them something real fly. They wanted to be like DC Marvel type. We want to y'all could have fundraised for them kids one Sunday, 2 Sundays, 3 Sundays, and made way more than that.
Right.
Ma'am.
Right.
And I guess y'all think we was going to do it on the strength for the church.
Of the church.
Well, ma'am, I don't go to your church.
And this is why I'm bringing that up, and I'm glad that we have, because again, going on what are the jewels and stuff of our community, and particularly with this, okay, when we're talking about forgiveness, when we're talking about giving Caucasians and those who are not people who are not Black folks and carrying on. When we're talking about that, and we're talking about somebody who wronged us, and we talk about those who have let me take her out here because he had to move her. When we talk about those who have come into a space that has wronged us or anything, why is it that we cannot rely on our churches and carrying on to help us to guide the narrative? Why is it that we're not counting on them to help raise these funds so that we can get the political backing that we need? Why is it that we're not?
I don't like the churches coming together, because it's almost like a competition type thing. If you don't go here, then we ain't messing with you. Okay. Why can't all like a group of churches in a network come together?
Right.
And put on some stuff.
Right.
Why does it always have to be someone within the church? Why it can't be somebody that maybe if y'all show some support to, they might walk into that light with y'all?
How about that? Okay. How about that?
They might, because we talk about it all the time because we're more spiritual than religious.
Right.
But you never know. It might be somebody that you can talk to and enlighten, but because you shun them because they're not already a part of what you're doing, they're not enough. You letting them know that they're not enough.
Right.
Because unless you come over here and do it like this, you ain't enough.
Enough said. Because we starting to beat the dead horse now. And I just want to get that out of here so that we can look at this from a standpoint, because I hear this all the time. And now the question becomes, it's not about a right or wrong thing. And I think that may be part of this argument, that oftentimes the power to the people, children, or those who just feel very strongly about it, feel as though that folks are wrong for forgiving. And I think that there is subjective, because you may think that they're wrong, and that may be a personal thing. But overall whole, are they really wrong because they're doing what they feel they believe?
They feel like, that's why I said, I can't tell you how to feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My heart and your heart it probably don't beat the same way. All I'm saying is, just like Marquis said, why you got to be all out in public making us look weak as a people? I feel like whatever's on your heart to do is what you should do. If you feel like you want to forgive these people because that's going to make you be able to sleep at night, that's fine. But you also have to, don't be so blinded in that you forget what they're doing to us as a people.
Let me say this, because see, here's a caveat that I want to add before we go.
Okay.
Because going back to Mr. Cooper and him, and again, he didn't say the word forgive, and this, I want to make sure that I heard that, because the other child, he made it sound like, okay, this, that, and other. But what he did say was that he felt that it was just too much, that she was fired from her job and lost the dog and all that, and then getting the death threats, because he thought that was just ridiculous.
Well, we knew Peter was going to come for that ass, because they care about a dog before they care about a human. Okay.
Right. But here's something that I want to take up, and this is adding the LGBT card too.
Okay.
Mr. Man, now I think he's gay personally. I think he is, but he didn't reveal that because that was neither here nor there.
Okay.
But he was on CNN with Don Lemon, and he said this to Don Lemon. And I make that a caveat because y'all know a lot of black folks feel as though Don Lemon don't have no black card no more. You know,
Yeah.
they done cast him out. They feel as though he ain't black enough, and carried on. He got a white husband. He done said some shit that a lot of black folks don't believe with. He's another one of those. Yeah, Black Lives Matter, but all lives matter, dude.
Right.
On until they got in his ass, and
Right.
then he wanted to be super black and carried on, and this, that, and that,
Right.
prove himself and how black he is and all that. But at the same time, this particular conversation he's the first one to interview this guy, I believe, since this happened.
Okay.
So I'm, just in the wake of all of that, does that have any weight to it? Because you talk about someone who the black community does not give any reverence to. Number one, because of his stance on certain things. Number two, because he is gay. Number three, because he's a black gay man with a white lover and carried on. So, with all of those things. And then
like, why would you give him the first interview? It must have been a comfortability thing. And
I get comfortability, but we're looking at it from the guise of, for him to say that, of course you would say that to somebody like Don, because he co-signed that bullshit, and that's gonna make us even look weaker. You got two black gay men. Well, one is perceived to be gay, the other one is gay, and then you talk about some. Oh, this white woman. Well, no, she's not racist. Whether she's racist or not, I don't know, because I'm not in her head. But yeah, she did do a racist thing. When you got that kind of confusion going on, I won't call it confusion, but it's double talk.
Double talk. That's exactly what it is.
And so now that Don got it, okay, is it really a matter of contention, or is that because, or does it become drama because we made it drama because of what we feel internally as black folks?
I'm gonna say this: there's a difference between doing something that may be perceived as racist, and somebody maybe potentially really not knowing, and doing something absolutely racist. Okay, case in point. Say you just have some fun-loving ass white people. They come up, they meet your kids and all kinds of stuff, and they kind of just like tap them on the head.
Right.
Not all white people know that that's racist. Okay? And they might not mean nothing by it.
Right.
Because I do that to kids, like, hey, baby. You know what I mean? So you might not know that is racist, especially if you grown up and you like been around black people, or you like lived maybe middle class type. You wasn't super racist. You wasn't in the redneck country, and you wasn't up in the motherfucking Hamptons. Okay, just lived in a regular place. You might not know that that's racist. But when you pick up a phone and say, I'm going to tell them that a black man is threatening me.
Right.
You're damn well a racist, because you knew that you had the firepower, the weapon to use your blackness as a way to make something possibly happen to you. She's a racist. That's bullshit. Okay. Because if it wasn't that, you would have just been like, there's a man in the park and he's filming me and I don't want him to be filming me.
Right. How about that?
You made sure you said an African American man threatening me and my dog. He threatened me and my dog. Y'all know they don't like black men fucking with dogs.
Right. Michael Vick, come on now.
Come on.
Okay. Right.
So you knew what you did. That was racist. And so am I upset that he was taking that stand? Yeah, I am. Because it wasn't one of those things where you'd be like, well, let me think. Maybe she didn't know. Because there are those things where sometimes they might not be being racist and they don't see it, those people who feel like they live in a colorless world and stuff like that, and they might not see certain things. She absolutely knew.
Right.
So I take issue with this educated man.
Right. Okay.
Acting like that.
And my whole thing is you double talking because because for whatever reasons you didn't want to stir the pot instead of calling it what it is. Call it what it is.
Whatever your sexual preference may be, whether you on this side or that side. How about you bet if somebody's lover, whether it's a male or a female, might be white?
See, I was finna ready to go there. Get out of my head, because I'm finna say because you give the appearance that you love whoever, whatever it is, that you date white women or white folks
or white men, whatever, whoever it is.
Does that feed into the narrative of we forgive because we want white approval? I'm gonna let y'all ponder on that question. That's what y'all going to discuss. Okay.
Can we talk about next time about segregation and what it did to them? Let's pose that. Let's put a poll up and see what the people say.
Okay, we'll put that up on somewhere. We'll put a poll up. I'll let you know. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. Call me when you get up. I love you. You about to give your final thought? People, Aunt Nikki is about to sign out. You do see my Cash App and Uncle Meech's Cash App. Look, Uncle Meech, I'm talking like my daughter in here. And Big Meech's, y'all know that's my brother Cam. And Big Meech's Cash App in here. He also has the Cash App for what is it called?
It's Until Freedom.
Until Freedom.
Yeah.
If you want to donate to us, if it's on your heart, go ahead and do that. Until Freedom, donate to them too. We already decided that anytime somebody sends us some money, we're going to try to donate some of our money to these organizations. Until Freedom is what we're going to start with until we start doing some research, maybe find some other grassroots ones. And if y'all know any that we can research, send them to me so that we can look them up and see what they're doing, see if they're worth us, sending our little coins. And like I said, everybody, y'all need to still stay safe out here. Stay safe out here. Don't be listening to Governor Kemp if y'all in Georgia. Mr. Kemp said go outside. Aunt Keisha said stay your ass in the house. Listen to your Aunt Keisha, K. And I love y'all. Uncle Big Meech about to give his final thoughts on this thing. Go ahead, boo.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Okay, the art of forgiveness. As we said, this is not about you forgiving the other person. It is about keeping you from holding grudges and letting it disrupt and upset your life because you can't move from it. So it's not like we're saying that you're not supposed to forgive. What this thing is saying, let's look at why you're forgiving somebody. Do not let it be cliche. Do not let it be because you think it is the right thing to do. Let it be because it is something that you're holding on to that you need to release. And it's not that you're releasing it for the other person to get satisfaction. This is personal satisfaction and gratification. And like that's my baby sister that was on here. Well, they're twins, but she's 2 minutes. Okay. She the baby because she the last one. So she's 2 minutes apart. They're 2 minutes apart. Okay. But like she said, and I think I like that about being public with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Spiritual things are not supposed to be done in public anyway. So if this is for you to cleanse your spirit or whatever, it's not about whether or not I got on TV to do all this to make you happy or glad about it. This is so that it purges me. Okay. Right. We as Black folks, I think we done sat down here and allow religiosity to get the best of us. And I think it clouds our vision sometimes. I think that in order for us to not want to deal with the problem, we just tell folks, I forgive you, but then you really don't because you're still talking about it 16 days later, 16 years later, and you still holding a grudge because you're mad about it. Did you really forgive them or did you? Because I'm going to tell you what I said earlier. I was listening in on the Bible study with Reverend Kevin E. Taylor out of Unity Fellowship Church, Newark, in Newark, New Jersey. And I had said to him that if you can hold on to the core of why you forgave a person, then you really didn't forgive them. You're only tolerating them.
Right.
Okay. So
that's good.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. If you're holding on to the core, issue of why you forgave them, quote unquote, then you didn't forgive them. You're only tolerating them. You're only putting up with their bullshit because you holding on to that. So when it triggers, you got some firepower and weapon and ammunition to fire back on. Okay. And that there is not what the hell this is. It's not, or at least it shouldn't be. So, and then also you should forgive so where you're not getting something out of it in return outside of purging. Because if you think you're gonna get your white card, your black card, your gay card, or whatever, or some nookie or some whatever, a cocktail or whatever that you're gonna get out of it, then you're doing it for the wrong reason and it's not coming from the heart. So it's bullshit anyway. Okay. So let us look into all of that. And I'm going to say this in my last closing because somebody tried to they slightly wanted to read me on Instagram for the ice bar. You know, the child who was one of the DJs over there.
Yeah.
This picture, and I had sent in a direct message because he sent it to me, and I sent it back. I said, "Well, child, with all this shit going on, you know, the virus, the distance, ain't nobody social distance. But one thing we can say, the club, they gonna make their coin because you gonna need the coin." This holiday coin because it was Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
This motherfucker wanted to go off. Oh, don't give me that bullshit, bitch, because hell, when you was out there fucking raw and carried on with this HIV and stuff was going on, yeah. I said, bitch, you don't know me, number one. But number two, you know, talking about what I had to do what I need to do to feed my kids or this, that, and the other. We were closed for 2 weeks and 60,000 people came to the city. And I wanted to make sure that I entertained them safely. Bitch, where was your mask?
Yeah, but y'all wasn't partying safely. There's no way in a club to party safely unless it's a small room where you're only allowing a certain amount of people in.
People, like you said, that says 60,000 people came up in here. How many of them was out here with masks on? And how did you?
Even 2 Chainz restaurant got shut down for not what you call the social distancing, and we love him to death.
Right, but the people.
I was sad when I seen it. I'm like, oh, come on, Chainz.
Listen, and he was probably out of town, but the whole
he probably wasn't even here.
The whole thing of it is, how do you govern that? You cannot. So
yeah, a club setting is not, and we understand that everybody is trying to get their money. Like this is messing up everybody. And when you own your own business, you're not getting the same thing as everybody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's being harder for them to get their money. They can't file for unemployment and stuff like that. You can't. We get that, but you still have to be safe. Is it worth us dying to go shake our ass?
And then to understand that this damn thing is still airborne. It
right.
Is airborne. And see, that's
and they making the shit up every day as they go.
I thought I was gonna be finished. I got one more. Let me say this.
Oh, go ahead. Well, come on. We on here.
Because y'all want to sit down here, and yes, all of us have made the comparisons to the COVID and HIV. Okay. Oh, the weather done changed. It's night air, and my allergies are the fuck with me. Okay, I'm sneezing and shit. Yeah, it done got late. It's after 11. Yeah. Everybody, we've all made those comparisons to what the government done did, how folks are treating and blah, 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 blah. The difference is with this damn thing, and everybody who say, well, y'all out there fucking with no condoms and carrying on, y'all didn't care about doing that. And for those who still are, okay, fine. But see, the choice is that they choose to do that. Okay. I cannot choose not to fucking breathe, damn it, because this damn thing is airborne. It's airborne.
That's a
major fucking.
That's right there. We can't choose whether to breathe or not.
Right.
Either we breathe or we die.
I cannot choose to breathe or whatever. I could choose if I'm going to have sex with you. I could choose if I want to wear condoms or not. That there is completely different because that virus is a different virus. This thing here, and now that we got more folks who got it and don't know that they have it.
And they're making the shit up as they go along every day.
So right now, understanding that we are in the beginnings of the summertime, okay, we down here with 80 degrees and carrying on. Today it got up to 70 something, but it rained, it cooled off, but shit, it's about to get muggy as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. So we understand all that, and we're not saying that you're not supposed to. The whole idea of this is that how can we do it safely? And the biggest thing is that there are no repercussions, because how can you realistically charge folks, because they were giving out tickets or whatever. I know in Michigan they give out $1,000 tickets. If ain't nobody working, if I'm laid off or whatever, how in the fuck I'm gonna pay a ticket? Now you may say, well, if you laid off, what the fuck you doing at the club? What if I get it free at the club?
And if I could get it free, I ain't spent no money.
I'm getting on the buses and shit for free, because they said they still let you on the buses free. I can get around to do what the fuck I want to do. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So how do we govern this? Because
we know, just like we take a chance every time. We took a chance when we had to go to the grocery store. Every time we go to the grocery store, we got to take a chance. But we know we're taking a chance for essential things. I needed some things from the store so that I could be okay in the house. And I know that even though we go out, we got a mask on our face and everything, but we still know it's a chance that we take. What we all say when we went to the store yesterday, damn, I ain't got my gloves.
Right. Right.
So I almost had a fit. I was so happy to get up to that damn pharmacy line so I could get some sanitizer on my damn hand, because they had some on the thing, because we forgot our gloves. But taking a chance for essential stuff and taking high risks, no mask, no gloves, and being in a crowded place is something totally different. Okay. And we have to understand that as a people, we know that we tired. Nobody wants to be in our. We want to get out and do some stuff too.
Hi, hello.
Did y'all want to cover a red carpet or something?
Man, I said all that because I wasn't trying to come for the DJ. Bitch, they paid you to be there. I'm not mad because you made your motherfucking coin, bitch.
And the DJ probably could be safer than anybody else, because they up and from what ran for people.
Hopefully. So I was looking at the establishment, because I'm like, y'all bitches gonna sit down here and open up. And then you're not going to make sure that everybody following the rules or whatever. You didn't give a fuck about that because you're trying to get your coin.
And so, who dancing 6 feet apart?
Okay, now that's where we go in.
Bye.
Yeah, because I can't.
I'm off. I'm leaving. I love you. StreamYard, we see y'all. Oh! I want to see you dance 6 feet apart. From a bitch that ain't got no goddamn clothes on with her ass up in the air twerking her ass off. Go ahead. I want to see y'all. Good night.
Socially distance that. Okay. Well, having said all that, everybody, this is just where we are. So at this particular stage of the game, the whole idea was the art of forgiveness, honey. It's a culture right now. For those of you who are staunch Christians and believers of the gospel and carrying on, and will probably have something to say negatively about me or the conversation, because you're gonna try to tell me how the Bible said this and the Bible say that. I'm gonna tell you to keep all that, because I don't give a damn what you tell me the Bible says. I'm looking at your actions, and I'm looking at how your vitriol and the venom that comes out your mouth when you sit down there and talk about one thing versus another. Everybody don't follow that shit. And when you get upset because black folks don't act like quote unquote black folks, the way you say black folks should act, then it becomes a whole different thing. So now the whole art of forgiveness, we have to look at that as a people, because is it real? Do we want to make it real? Or are we using it as a convenient argument because we don't like the fact that black folks are forgiving white folks, or at least what you think is giving a pass, because y'all feel as though that they don't need a pass. The fuck that, they wronged you. They need to be wronged back. Okay. But if that's the argument, then cool. But here's the thing. Let us understand the why behind it. Let us understand the why behind it, because blatant bullshit, no, you knew what you was doing. I got no love for you. There is no forgiving. Oh, forgive me, because, bitch, if you came at me with a motherfucking knife and stabbed me, that wasn't a motherfucking accident. You came to stab me. That ain't no accident. No, you ain't getting no love from me. Get the fuck away from me. There is no love for that. Okay, no. Okay. So, and it's one thing when it's mistakes. It's other things where shit get a little out of hand. It's a one thing when you feel betrayed and carrying on, and you're like, okay, wait a minute. I have to question where we are. Because see, oftentimes, that same forgiveness, honey, means I need to separate from you because yeah, I forgive you, but I have to forgive you from a distance. I got to keep you away from me because your energy is bringing about something that I can't handle. And we're toxic to one another. Okay. So we have to examine those things. See, everything about life is about perfect balance, but we can't get there if we do not pull back all of the layers so that we can get to the root of the problem. Okay, it's just like an onion. When you pull back a goddamn onion, honey, it feels like you cutting skin forever and a day until you get to the core of the onion. Okay, because sometimes, shit, if you don't peel off enough of that damn skin, sometimes you think you eating it don't taste right, do it? All flabby, it don't cook right, because you got to get to the core of the onion. And that's what a lot of problems are. We got to get to those cores. Got to get down. Like with a pimple, honey. It don't never heal until you pluck all that damn core out of it. Sometimes you get a hair follicle too, don't you? Pluck that damn thing out so that thing can heal and heal right. And then you got to make sure it don't leave no blemish. But then maybe sometimes it does. So they remind you, honey, what that was. You got battle scars. Mm-hmm. So having said all that, my darling, finish all of your crumpets because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meats, honey. I did not do my little commercial today because I didn't want to get up from the camera, but I encourage y'all to go to my girl Squeezes by BB Red on Instagram. She got the squeeze bottle cocktails, child. If you're here in Atlanta, I want you to go check her out. I'm going to put her banner up right there. Squeezes by BB Red. For your squeezable cocktails. Y'all see me having the other day, the squeeze bottle, honey, that's a cute cocktail, child. When I tell you they're cute, I'm telling you they're cute. Right here, these are the gummy bears. Like, oh, wait a minute, I almost gone. Hold on. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. mm. Mm. Ooh. Damn. Wow. Okay. Whoo. That's real good. Real good. But yeah, Squeeze This by BB Red. Good to get your cocktails, child. Tell the Big Meat sent you. Go to her Instagram and find out what they're about, honey. She got her menu and everything up there, what you can order. If you're in a 5-mile radius of her, because she's called Fourth Ward. Wait a minute, hold on. Fourth Ward Originals. Yeah, because she's over in the Fourth Ward. So in a 5-mile radius, you get a free delivery. If you're out of that 5-mile radius, there's a delivery fee. But go there. Squeezes by BB Red, honey. Check that out. And on that note, honey, you ain't finished all of your crumpets because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea, darlings. Oh! With Big Meats. If you love me, tell a friend, honey. If you hate me, share this with the enemy. But do know this. Everything that I'm doing, one way, shape, style, form, or fashion, will move forward. If you choose to cash at me, know that we are utilizing all of the coin that's coming from the cash app to go to our political affiliates. Today, we're going to Until Freedom so that we can start to mobilize our political power so that we can change this shit. It's time for us to change some shit up in here. And we can't do it if we don't have the coin to show them that we know what we're talking about. They will not take us seriously until we get the funding for them to take us seriously. So, all right. So on that, we will see you guys later, honey. Ta-ta!